¿Cómo estás, Marilisa? ¿Cómo estás, Dallas? I have the sun in my face. ¿Cómo estás? How was your weekend? Aslan, ¿cómo estás? Priscilla, buenos días. Okay, guys, while we wait for everyone else, I'm hoping you had a good weekend. Sí, muy bien. Dos. Okay. We have a question up here, huh? ¿Cómo estás hoy? Tell me which sentimiento you are feeling today. Super feliz, feliz, enfermo o enferma, bien, triste, enojado, cansado o confundido. ¿Cómo estás hoy? So just tell me in the chat, or I prefer if you unmuted. Estoy something. ¿Cómo estás? Kamura, ¿estás bien? ¿Tú estás bien? Marilisa, ¿está bien? ¿También? Haley, buenos días, Elizabeth. Uh-oh, Elizabeth está enferma. Remember Elizabeth? Enferma. Oh, lo siento. Lo siento. Haley, ¿cómo estás hoy? Heaven, Melanie, ¿cómo estás? Carolina, Ley, buenos días a todos. ¿Cómo estás? Do you have a cold, Elizabeth? See, you have a cold. That's going around like everybody's got some kind of cold or. How was your weekend, everyone? Bien? Mal? Sí, así? How was your weekend? Ooh. Have you guys been testing today? Or was that just 7th grade? Have y'all been testing today? No? Okay. Estoy bien. Yay, Heaven. Heaven está bien. You guys up here, ¿cómo estás hoy? Tell me which sentimiento you are feeling. Super feliz, feliz, enfermo or enferma, bien, triste, enojado or enojada, cansado or cansada, confundido or confundida. Sí, bien. Kamura está bien. Clase, ¿quién es cansado? Who is tired? ¿Quién está cansado? Who's tired this morning? Good morning, Arshus. ¿Sí o no? ¿Sí? Sí, Melanie está cansada. Muy bien, Melanie. Who's tired today? Clase, ¿quién está cansado hoy? Sí, tengo el sol en mis ojos. Sí. Clase, ¿quién es feliz? Who's happy today? ¿Quién está feliz? ¿Quién está feliz? Yay, Kamura. Okay, we're gonna get started here in just a second. Let a few more folks join us. Charlie, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Carolina, ¿cómo estás? Carolina, ¿cómo estás hoy? All right. Well, how was your weekend? How's everybody? I hope none of y'all are sick. Like I said, I know some of us are kind of feeling yucky, but there is stuff going around, huh? Right? I hope that's none of you, although. Arshas, how was your weekend? We haven't seen each other in quite a while, right? Yes. So our job today, in short, is to just kind of review, kind of dot our I's, cross our T's, because I know I wasn't with you last, was it Thursday? Yeah, you had Miss Card and you had some instructions. And so there are a couple of things that I want to point out today, and then give you some time to turn in the practice and the guided notes. So it's going to be a pretty chill Monday, right, you guys? But I'm hoping y'all talk to me a little bit today, okay, and join in. You guys, so far this morning, a lot of you haven't told me how you're doing. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás hoy? Okay. Y'all ready to get started then? See? You know what? This is our last section. And so we need to get this. Yes, we need to get it wrapped up so we can move on. Okay. I'm excited about that. Okay. So we'll do kind of some review since it's been a while. We'll do some practice, et cetera, right? Okay. What I would like for everybody to do is I need you to go to Canvas or wherever you saved this. Okay, remember this from last week. This is your guided notes, and I need everybody to pull that up, okay? Because not all of us finished it on Thursday, and that's fine. I had to leave unexpectedly, so my apologies. So my original plan was to kind of work through some of these things together. Now, some of you turned it in, okay? And so I'm going to ask you to still look at it, because I know I tried to grade some. I left some comments. So if you think you turned it in, go ahead and access it anyway if you can, right? Okay, so give me a thumbs up, you guys, when you have this pulled up, please, so we can get started. Just give me a thumbs up. Ah, Arshis, tu perro. I have my kitty. She's sitting over here on my other desk, staring at me. Okay, give me a thumbs up, you guys, when you have your guided notes pulled up, por favor. Melanie's ready. Marilisa's ready. Elizabeth's ready. Again, if you turned it in, I still need you to go back and get it open, because I did leave some comments for some of you. Well, we're going to deal with that today, Kimura, actually, right? So that's part of what we're going to do. Yeah. Part of what we're going to talk about today. Good morning, Christopher. Yes, it is in Canvas, Arshis. We opened these like our first day back from break. So it would have been what, last Tuesday? I think. Okay. Your practice sheet, your guided notes, whatever we're calling them. Yeah. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay. Yes? How we doing? I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second. Okay, Nikki. Lay, do you have your stuff pulled up? James. Now we already started these last week, right? So there you go, Arshis. Right. Everybody should have their guided notes open. Haley, Charlie, Catalina, Aslan, Scylla, Christopher. I can't see what your screen says. There you go, Heaven. There you go, Catalina. Okay, muy bien. Okay, so let's kind of just warm up a little bit, review just a smidge, okay? And you might need to kind of stay awake because I might actually call on you today, okay? All right. So let's see what we remember, right? All right, clase, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. ¿Sí o no? ¿Sí? Muy bien. Okay, clase, ¿cómo está la muchacha? ¿Cómo está la muchacha? How is this girl? What is she? Based on her picture, based on our vocabulary. If you have your guided notes open, you should have those. We did complete that list together. Elizabeth, perfecto. Woo! Clase, ¿cómo está la muchacha? ¿Cómo está la muchacha? Elizabeth, can you unmute so we can all hear you? Read us the word. Do you have a voice today?
Aburrida.
Perfect. Está aburrida with an A. Why we have to make it an A? Because she is, clase, a female. Muy bien. So, la muchacha está aburrida. She's bored, right? She doesn't want to read. She doesn't want to do schoolwork. Okay? Muy bien. Okay. ¿Cómo está el emoji? ¿Cómo está el emoji? Sí, Elizabeth. Muy bien. Using our guided notes, we have a list. We did them together last week, right? What are those words? We're practicing our words. Very good. O or an A, Kimura? On the end. Marilisa, muy bien. Good. Priscilla, muy bien. Nikki, how about you? Aslan, Dallas, James, Lay, we need to remember our camera, please. Heaven, perfecto. Charlie, how about you? Okay. Anybody want to volunteer to unmute? No? Kamura, give it to us, por favor.
Furioso.
Sí, está furioso, right? He's angry, very angry. Or está enojado, right? Very annoyed, right? Enojado, okay? Muy bien. I want to just point something out to you. Notice that our word está has an accent. That accent, which we're going to look at here shortly, is not only changes the pronunciation from esta to está, but it also changes the meaning to be he is, she is, you are, or it is, right? And so we have to make sure that we are including accent marks, because otherwise it means the word this, and that's not what we're saying. We're not saying this, right? We're saying he is, she is, it is, or you are. Okay. And we're going to look at something here about that in just a second. Okay. All right. I'm going to skip that. All right. Clase, ¿cómo está este emoji? ¿Cómo está el emoji? Está como. Good, Marilisa. Good, Elizabeth. Sí. ¿Y tú? ¿Tú también, Kamura? ¿Cómo está el emoji? What's this emoji? How's he feeling? Muy bien, Heaven. Can you unmute Heaven and read it to us, please?
Está contento.
Perfect. Está contento. Muy bien. Oh, okay. ¿Cómo está el emoji? How's this poor guy? Good, Priscilla. That's a good word. Alegre, right? How about this poor dude here? ¿Cómo está? Sí, está. ¿Cómo está? Está como Elizabeth. Pobrecita. Sí, muy bien. Marilisa, can you unmute, por favor? ¿Cómo está el emoji?
Enfermo.
Sí, está enfermo. Sí. He's sick, huh? Está enfermo. Muy bien. All right. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está este pobrecito? Okay. Elizabeth, muy bien. Christopher, camera, please. I said, ¿cómo está? Use your vocab list. Very good, Kimura. Nikki, Aslan, use your vocab list. Dallas, Akari. I need to hear from everyone. ¿Cómo está? Arshis, how about you? ¿Cómo está? Haley? Muy bien. Muy bien. Muy bien. Good. Sí. All right. Está como. Está como. How is this person? ¿Cómo está? I need one more answer. Por favor. Uno más. Uno más. Melanie, how about you? ¿Cómo está? All right. Kimura, tell us what you got. Por favor, unmute.
Estado.
Asustado. Sí, está asustado. Sí, he's afraid, right? We could also say maybe está nervioso. Maybe he's nervous. Asustado, afraid, nervioso, nervous, right? Okay. How about this one? ¿Cómo está el emoji? James? You guys shouldn't be working on your guided notes. We're working on this right now. Okay, we'll work on guided notes together. Sí, Kimura, muy bien. Marilisa, muy bien. Priscilla, Dallas, Kevin, Haley, ¿cómo está? Lay, ¿cómo está el emoji? Sí, sí, muy bien. The one on the screen, James? ¿Cómo está? In Spanish, right? We're practicing our Spanish words. Arshas, you got one for this? Okay. All right, Elizabeth or Priscilla, ¿cómo está? Can you unmute Priscilla and tell us?
Trans.
You got it. You got it. Just finish up the word. Sí, está
Transetti, like
triste. There you go. Triste. Muy bien. Está triste. Yay, Priscilla. Okay. You could also have said emocionado. Yeah, emocionado. Okay. Right. Muy bien. Okay, let's do a couple more. I need to hear from everyone. All right. How about this one? ¿Cómo está el emoji? ¿Cómo está? I need to hear from a few more folks. Carolina, Nikki, Haley, Aslan, James, Melanie. Muy bien, Arshis. Sí, perfecto. Good job. Akari. Okay, Arshis, can you unmute, por favor? Very good. Heaven, very good, Priscilla. Arshis, can you unmute? ¿Cómo está el emoji?
Calmo.
Sí, está calmo. Muy bien. Some of you are telling me está tranquilo. He's tranquil, right? Which is the same as calm. It's just a synonym. Está tranquilo. We could also say relajado, right? He's relaxed, maybe. Está relajado. Okay, that was another one of the words that we saw. Okay. All right. Last one. ¿Cómo está la mujer? So if we're talking about a female, right? ¿Cómo está la mujer? Priscilla, she's a female. See? ¿Cómo está la mujer? Muy bien. Muy bien. Very good, Heaven. Very good. Elizabeth, Priscilla, muy bien. Leigh, I haven't heard from you. Melanie, very good. Arshis. James, ¿cómo está la mujer? Haley? Okay, we got to be careful. Charlie, ¿cómo está la mujer? Yes. All right. Does anybody want to unmute for this one? Oh, yeah, I would be too. Yes, you're right, Marilisa. So we could say, clase, la mujer está ocupada, muy ocupada, right? You guys, she's very busy, muy ocupada. We could also, by the look on her face, say que ella está furiosa, she's pretty angry, furiosa y ocupada, muy ocupada. Sí, y enojada, right? She's annoyed. Sí, muy bien. Exactly. Okay, muy bien. All right, preguntas, clase, preguntas. So we just kind of, you know, looking at some words, right? Okay. All right. The next thing that I would like for us to do is this. Let me switch up my screen real fast. Some of you turned this in and some of you haven't. So just know that on the second section right here, you're just going to use a text box and write the Spanish word next to the picture. But I need for the rest of us to kind of scroll down here. Okay. And we are going to practice this new verb estar, meaning to be. And we talked about it before. Okay. So give me a thumbs up if you guys can, if this is big enough kind of for you to see. Can y'all see this? Give me a thumbs up. I just need to make sure it's large enough. Okay. All right. If you have not completed this section, get ready because we're going to do it together. Okay. Means embarrassed or ashamed. Lisa. Okay. So I'm down here in this section that says encuentra. Okay, James, you with me? Lay, Haley, Charlie, Kari, right? Melanie. All right, so our first thing says underline the form of a star in the example sentences below, and then write the correct form in the conjugation box. So our conjugation box is here, right? Okay, so number one, ella no está aburrida con sus amigas. We need to underline the form of estar. I see it here, está, so I'm going to underline. Okay. And then when I come down here to ella is what I'm looking at, right? So I'm going to come down here to my box. I'm going to find ella and I'm going to type in está. Okay. And what does it mean? It means she is. Now, here's what I'm going to put out there. Okay. I hope y'all are listening. This is going to be do. And because we're doing it together, I mean, you guys shouldn't have any blanks. You shouldn't not have turned it in. Everybody should be focused on this. Okay. If you have a question as to where we are, then now is the time to speak. Charlie, you need to join us. Dallas, you need to join us. Okay. Don't forget that you need to put what it means. What it means. Nikki, you with us? Okay. All right. You need to put what it means. Okay. All right. Number two, you guys, número dos, yo estoy muy cansado. What are we underlining here, Arshas, in number two? Elizabeth, Carolina, what are we underlining in number two? Very good, Kimura. You can tell me, you can unmute. It's faster if you unmute. What are we underlining in number two? Good, Elizabeth. Yes. So we're underlining estoy or highlighting, I don't care which. Okay. And then where do we put estoy? Well, it's the form that goes with yo. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to type in estoy. And then I'm going to put down what it means. I am. Okay. All right. What am I underlining in number 3? Heaven. Número 3. What am I underlining? Heaven, can you unmute? Probably be faster. Okay. Right. Están. Right. So I'm going to underline están. And it's going to go with ellos, they. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put ellos están. Means they are, right? All right. Número 4. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Cómo estás tú? Haley, which one am I underlining? Can you unmute, por favor? In number 4, ¿cómo estás tú? What am I underlining, Haley, in number 4? Lisa, good. Good, Heaven. Haley, how about you? What am I underlining in 4? What is the form of estar in number 4? Haley?
Estás.
Yes. All right. Hey, estás, right? So we're going to underline estás. With me, Haley? And then it's the form that goes with tú. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put in estás. And what does it mean? Who can tell me what it means? Tú estás? Yeah, very good. You are, right? And it's you are when we are being informal. Okay. All right, número 5. ¿Ustedes están enojados con sus padres? What do we underline in 5? Dallas? Nikki? What do we underline in 5? Haley, you got this one? Akari? Good, Heaven. Haley, what do we underline in 5? Stacy, how are you today? Very good. Right, so we're going to underline están. And it's ustedes, right? So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do another están. But what does ustedes están mean? What does ustedes?
You all are.
You all are. Very good. You all are. Okay. Now, this vosotros, you guys, we don't have to worry about that one, right? So we can X that out or whatever, doesn't make any difference. Okay. You can get rid of the vosotros, vosotras. Okay. No worries there. So then we're on number 6. We're going to underline estamos. Nosotros estamos. Okay, so who can help me? What does nosotros or nosotras estamos mean?
We are.
Very good. So we are. Okay. All right. So this is what you should have. You can ignore number 7, right? And you need to make sure you have for each one and you have what they mean in English. Okay? All right, any questions? Any questions? All right, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. Okay, I need y'all to be patient. We're trying to work through this together. This is kind of how we're doing a lesson, okay? So one thing that we have to remember, you guys, is when we talk about a describing word like enojado, cansado, nervioso, triste, whatever. The same rules apply as when we did way back when we did colors. If we're describing something masculine, okay, and the word ends in an O, it's going to stay in O. If we're describing something that is masculine and plural, okay, it's going to end in an O, and we got to add that S. Isn't that right, you guys? Isn't that what we did for like colors and stuff? Okay, make it plural. Same thing. If something ends in an O and we're describing something that's feminine, we change the O to an A. Isn't that right? And then if it's plural, we would add an S. But if it's something that, like triste, sad, ends in an E, we don't have to change that, right? All we have to do is worry about making it plural, adding an S. So whenever we're describing, which is way back when we started with colors, yeah, colors are describing words too. We always have to think of those four things, right? Masculine, feminine, singular, and plural. Okay. So in this next section, this is what we need to think about. Okay. And some of you who've already turned this in, right? You need to make sure I didn't leave you some kind of comment. Okay. So let's take a look at this together. It says in Spanish, many words will change from singular to plural, masculine to feminine. Be aware of these changes and always ask yourself, does this word need to be singular or plural, masculine or feminine, right? Those four criteria that we've been practicing all year. Okay, so we have two steps in this. Identify if the subject is singular or plural, and if it's masculine, feminine, or unknown. What do they mean by unknown? How can something be unknown? Any ideas?
If they're not singular, if they're not feminine or masculine, like triste.
How do we know that? Like, can you give me an example?
For like triste, it has an E at the end, so you can't determine if it's masculine or feminine because it doesn't have an A or O.
Okay, can't tell if it's A or an O or something like that, right? Very good. Okay, so if it ends in E, there's really no way to know. Okay, all right, so let's look at this example. It says, él está triste. He is sad. And remember, you guys, that we're using estar with the idea that these emotions that we're feeling, or like if we're sick, are temporary. Okay, that's why we're not using ser. We talked about that way last week. Okay, so if we're talking about a temporary condition or a temporary feeling, like being mad or being sick, or in a location, remember a little rabbit thing? They're inside the box, they're behind the box, they're next to the box, whatever, right? So that's when we use estar. Okay, very specific instances, right? So let's look at our example. Él está triste. He is sad. Hopefully he's not sad all the time. It's temporary, so that's why we use está. Okay, so notice I've translated my sentence, but él is singular and él is masculine. Okay, now let's come down here. Let's do this first one together. It says, tú estás enferma. First of all, how would we translate this? What does this mean in English? Can somebody help me?
I can. It means you are sick.
You are sick. Okay, so Everybody needs to type that in. Muy bien, Heaven. Gracias. You are sick. Okay, you are sick. But here's the problem. The instructions tell us, is it singular or plural, masculine or feminine? So first of all, do you think this is singular or plural? Tell me S or M in the chat. I mean, S or P, singular or plural? Do you think it's singular or plural? S or P in the chat? Very good. Come on, I want to hear from everyone. Carolina, do you think it's tú estás enferma? Do you think it's singular or plural? Good. Well, it's tú, right? It's you. And if you weren't sure, you guys, look at what we can do. Remember me telling you that everything on the left is singular and everything on the right is plural? So if you weren't sure, but you remembered that, then you say, okay, well, it must be singular. Yeah, because on the left. All right, so in our deal here, we're going to put S, singular. Is it masculine or feminine? Or unknown? So tell me, M, F, or U? M, F, or U? Masculine, feminine, or unknown? Come on, I want to hear from everyone. Masculine, feminine, or unknown? Very good, Kimura. Okay. Yes, we know it's feminine. How do we know it's feminine, you guys? How do we know it's feminine? Because enferma ends in an A, right? We got to look at the clues. Okay. All right. Everybody clear about what you need to do on this section? Okay. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes. Anything beyond this, you do not have to do. It should be blank in Canvas. If it's not, you can ignore it. No problem. Okay, so I'm going to give you all a few minutes and then you all need to submit because then you're done. Okay, and if you had some corrections to make, then by all means, go ahead and do those. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to finish those sentences. Holler at me if you have a question, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so I have like 10 till. I'll give you a few minutes. And make sure that you have everything else done, and then make sure you submit it, please. Okay, thank you, Kimura. Yeah, make sure if you already turned it in, make sure I didn't leave you some kind of comment. Okay. Now I am going to put in the chat some instructions. And once you finish your practice sheet and you get it submitted, while we wait for everyone, you can check out those instructions in the chat. Okay, Elizabeth, you can skip those. You can skip all that, right? Once you get done with those sentences where you do masculine, feminine, singular, plural in translation, you're finished. You don't have to do anything beyond that. Make sure that you get them submitted. We're kind of playing catch up today, honestly. Okay, if you have a question, just pop it in the chat. When you're finished and you get those submitted, look in the chat. There are some instructions. We're going to try and add a Spanish keyboard so that from here on out, we can add our accent marks for the verb estar and other things. Okay. Good job, Arshis. Good job, Catalina. I love that message. Let me see, Marilisa. Let me get there. Hold on. I don't want to say anything wrong. Yeah, you can ignore that. That's fine. Okay. So when you're finished with these sentences, you guys, if you have everything else done, turn it in. Now there's a part underneath it that says ¿Cómo estás tú? And you don't have to fill that in. That's fine because we're kind of playing catch up today. Yeah. Yay, very good. I would like for you guys to when you submit after you submit this, look in the chat, and there are instructions there to add the Spanish keyboard to your computer so that we can spell the forms of a star correctly. We can add the little squiggly, over the words that we need to add the little squiggly. Okay. So everybody needs to add that Spanish keyboard to your computer. Because for the verb estar, it makes a difference. Okay. And we're going to practice with that a little bit more. Remember, Catalina, that there's also that unknown, right? Like sometimes we just can't tell if it's masculine, feminine, singular, or plural, right? Very good, Kimura. So is it easy to work with? Now, we don't need an accent on the S. That one doesn't have an accent, right? There you go. But is it easy to work with for you? Figuring it out?
It's
Yeah.
pretty easy for the most part. All you had to do was like switch on this button and it'll make it so you can see the accent mark. You just hold the button down.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Very good. Good job, Carolina. Takes you to a different tab. Okay. Meaning a tab that doesn't have the accent marks or something else. Oh, I don't know. Maybe are you typing on something? Try it typing on something, like maybe in the chat or maybe in a document or something, like just a scrap, just to try it on like a piece of paper. Okay, we are not done with class, you guys. I'm just giving you some work time. You want to make sure you get that submitted before you get out of here today. Okay. And then again, in the chat box, when you are finished, there's some instructions on how to add the Spanish keyboard to your computer so you can start typing accents in. Okay, one more minute, you guys. Let's try and get finished up and get those things submitted. Priscilla, you don't have to do that section. You're stopping at the end of those sentences. Yeah, you don't have to do that section, Priscilla. Okay. All right. So make sure you all get that submitted. Okay, here we go. Are y'all ready? All right. So to kind of decompress, I have a silly song for us. And you guys know I have probably the cheesiest songs, but that's okay. So while you're submitting, let's listen to the song. We're going to shift a little bit and we're going to start practicing with the forms of the verb estar. Okay, now that we have our accent marks, yeah? Yay. Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
Estoy, estás, está, está, estamos, estáis, están, están, estoy, está, estamos, estáis, están, están. Estoy, está, estamos, estáis, están, estoy, estamos, están.
All right, cheesy, right? Estoy, estás, está, estamos, and están. Okay, good job. Okay, now you guys have a little scavenger hunt that I'd like you to do, a real quick one. Okay, everybody ready for this challenge? See or no? See? All right. Now that you have your Spanish keyboard, okay, and you can add accents or whatever, here's what I want you to do. I want you to open a new tab, like a new Google tab or something, or go to Google Translate, or I don't know, do whatever, okay? Everybody do that for me? Here I tell you guys all the time not to, but here today I'm asking you to do that. So go ahead and open a tab in Google, like Google Translate or search, I don't know, search whatever, okay? And if you're in Google Translate or wherever, Kamora, James, Lisa, yeah, Nikki, anybody, right? Play Heaven, open a new tab. Let's pretend you're trying to figure out what something means, okay? Arshis, right? Okay. I want you to type in no accents or anything. Okay, that's okay, Melanie. No accents or anything, because Melanie, you can still do this first part. Just type in the word ESTA. No accents, no accents, no accents. In your translator, in your Google, just type in the word ESTA. Let's see what you come up with. I'm curious to see. I'm on Go Guardian. I'm going to see what pops up for you. Haley? Okay, good job, Marilisa. Heaven, what did it come up with for you? Let me see. Oh, your screen's okay. Good, Heaven, good. Scylla, what you got? Yay, perfect. Okay, so you guys, the word ESTA, what's the translation? What does it come up as? Priscilla, can you unmute? What's it telling you that that word means?
This.
That's not what we're saying. That's not at all what we're saying, right? When we say like, está cansado, I mean, we're trying to say you are tired, not this tired. Okay. What do we need? Now try it again. But if you have your Google Translate thing put in, your keyboard put in, Spanish keyboard, try it now with an accent mark and see what happens. Try it with an accent mark and see what happens. Type in está, right? ESTA with the accent, está. Try that with an accent mark. See what happens in the translation. Even if you put an accent mark in. Okay, so go down where it says show more. See, isn't that interesting? So, but notice, you guys, when it gave you examples, it gave you examples with, says with accent marks, right? Keep your screens up so I can look at them. Make sure you have it in Spanish. So now for Marilisa, it came up down below, Marilisa. Click on, it says it is, right? Down below is a phrase, Marilisa, right? Okay, so what is two things that we can glean from this quick little exercise, you guys? What are two conclusions? Okay, you had to refresh, good. What are two conclusions that we can make? Number one conclusion about the accent mark. What's is the accent mark important or not? Okay, the accent mark changes the meaning, right? But what does that tell us about Google Translate? What does it also tell us about the usefulness of Google Translate? Can you trust it or can you not trust it? Or if you can trust it, can you trust it 100% of the time? What do you think? Exactly, you guys, exactly. Okay, you can, for the most part, if it's a simple word like esta, you can translate that. I mean, that's trustworthy, simple enough, right? But once we start, putting accents or putting them in sentences or, who knows what, sometimes it's all different, okay? It might be able to give you an idea sometimes, but not necessarily exactly. Okay, so you got to fish for the idea. Okay, so two important things from that little quick thing. Esta means this, which means if we're going to use the verb estar, we got to make sure that we include our accent mark. The other thing is Google Translate, we have to be the one to know. Sometimes it doesn't give us the full picture. Okay. All right. Muy bien. All right. So still talking about estar. We're going to do a couple of things here before we check out today. All right. Now be ready because I might call on you. Okay, so taking a look at our screen, we have singulars only. Okay, estoy, estás, and está. Now, we're not going to do all 8. We never do all 8. Okay, but we're going to do one first of all together. So let's look at number 1, clase. Okay, Maximiliano, how would I fill in the blank? I want to say Max is annoyed or Max is angry. So what form of estar am I going to put in the blank? Yes, this is a good opportunity to practice your Spanish keyboard in the chat. Okay, good Elizabeth, good Heaven, good Kimura. Come on, I want to hear from everyone. Very good, Marlisa. Very good. So we would say está. Isn't that right, you guys? Okay. Who remembers, next one, who remembers, and then number 3 here. Who remembers when last semester I explained what this little dash means? What does this dash mean? Who remembers? Feel free to unmute. What does the dash mean in number 3? You're on the right track, Kimura. Yes. Anybody else? What does the dash mean? Arshas, you remember? No? Anybody? It means that we're talking to the person. It's dialogue, right? They use the dash instead of quotation marks. Okay. So in number 3, how would we fill in this blank? We're talking to Paola. We're saying tú, right? Good, Kimura. Anybody else? What do I put in number 3? Good, Heaven. Elizabeth, muy bien. Stacy, you with us? Okay, Elizabeth. It would be what? Tú, can you read us a sentence once you fill in the blank? Tú.
Paulo, tú estás enojada?
Exactly right. Because we're talking to Paola. We're saying you, right? Are you angry? Are you annoyed? Good, Marilisa. Okay. Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay. How about número 7? Number 7. What would I do for número 7? Good, Kimura. Evan, Marilisa. Muy bien. Arshas, how about you? Nikki? Carolina, what would we do? Good, Arshas. Okay, Marilisa, can you read us number 7? You're absolutely right. What do we have?
Yo no estoy triste.
Perfect. Yo no estoy triste. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. All right, muy bien. All right, let's go on to some plurals. Estamos and están. Okay, estamos and están. So first of all, let's do number 2. Número 2. Número 2. Manuela y Rocio. How would we fill in this blank? Christopher, number 2. Número 2. Good. What do you think, Christopher?
Un momento.
Okay. Okay. What do you think, Christopher? So are we talking to these people? Or are we talking about them? What do y'all say? Feel free to unmute, you guys. Yeah, we're talking about están, muy bien, están, right? Because we're saying they, Manuela y Rocio are happy, they, right? And so they is ellos. And so están felices. Notice we add our S to make it plural, right, you guys? Okay, muy bien. How about número 4? Nosotros. Número 4. Pop your answers in the chat. Nikki, haven't heard from you. Very good, Arshas. Very good, Kimura. Heaven, muy bien. Heaven, you want to go ahead and read us your sentence? Nosotros what?
Nosotros estamos alegres.
That's it. Nosotros estamos alegres. Again, you guys, we're saying we. We are happy, so we have to add an S. Isn't that right? Okay. How about número 6? Chicas. So look, you guys, we got the little dash that makes a difference. Okay, so what do we do for número 6? Pop your answers in chat. Good, Elizabeth? Good, Heaven? Good, Kimura? Kimura, you have accent marks, right? I love those accent marks in the chat box. Looking pretty. Arshas, muy bien. Okay, so look, we're saying chicas. Hey, ladies, right? I know it's ladies because it ends in an A, feminine. Ustedes están, right? Están. And then look, with an A and an S because chicas is plural and feminine. Remember, our describing words all have to match. Yeah, masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. So good job, chicas. Ustedes están cansadas. Are you guys tired? Okay, one last one, and then we'll get into our last thing. Let's do number 7, número 7. Número 7. Número 7. Okay, good. You guys are good. I can't trick you. No, I don't want to trick you. Okay, remember me telling you first of the year, what is this little cheat that we got? If it's Antonio and I, if it's me and Antonio, it's we, right? What is we? Yeah. So we are is nosotros, and therefore estamos, right? Anytime you see y yo, it's nosotros. So Antonio y yo estamos tristes. Notice we add an S again because nosotros is plural. Okay. Give me a 3, 2, 1. How are you guys feeling about all of this stuff here? 3, 2, 1. How you feeling about it? In the chat. Okay. All righty. Went on. Okay. We will continue to practice, right? Okay. So we're down to, we got like 5 minutes left. Okay. Can you guys join me in Canvas? In the last 5 minutes that we have. So make sure that you submit your guided notes. Make sure you've added the Spanish keyboard today. And now you're meeting me at the very bottom of Unit 1, right? Some of you did this the other day. I left comments. Some of you did not. So you want to make sure that just because you turned it in doesn't mean it's done, right? I may have left you a comment or something. So I asked you last Thursday to complete this quick check and this practice sheet. So again, if you've already turned it in, I may have left you a comment. Let's look at the instructions. Okay, you have the chart right here. Click on annotate. You have the vocab. Make sure that the adjective matches the subject, masculine, feminine, singular, or plural, right, you guys? So, for example, we have yo, and then we have our little emoji. And so I'm going to say yo estoy, right? Here's my emoji. This is my key or my legend. Yeah. This right here should be confundido. You guys, this one is confundido, confused. This one, okay? Confundido. So you're going to put your sentence together. Yo estoy. If I was male, I would say contento. If I was a female, I would say contenta. Okay. So don't forget you have your chart up here as well. Okay. And then down here, all you have to do is put in the form of estar. And then turn it in. Okay. Any questions there? All right. Let me know if you can't find it. Christopher? Yeah. Good job. Marilisa, Nikki, Stacy. Stacy, can you check the chat? Don't forget to do the that formative, that quick check. Oh, we're almost done, my Lisa. We only have like a minute left. So if you need to, adios. Okay, you guys, that's our time for today. Reach out if you have any questions. I will be in office hours tomorrow for a little bit, so you can join me there if you need. And otherwise, see you Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Adios, clase. Have a great day. Adios. Good job today. Good job.